Good morning, my babies. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, my babies. I went on my walk and I did my workout. I did a spell your name out challenge, right? Excuse me. I did a I did a spell your name out challenge, so y'all know I got 8 letters. They up there arguing about Chris Brown, Usher, and Michael Jackson. My walk was good. They smoother. I'm not exaggerating. It was 35 squats for A, 50 jumping jacks for I, 25 squats for R, another 50 jumping jacks for I, A-I-R-I. O was what was O? O was something, and N was push-ups, N push-ups, and then A again was 35 squats. So I can't remember what O was, but I got it off of Pinterest. So I just wanted to my day so far. I just want to tell y'all y'all know this is my thing. So yes, and I was in I'm screaming after each one because it hurt. You know what I'm saying? You don't especially because we've been doing squats and different workouts every day. We haven't took no rest days. People may say like you should take rest days, but I'm like, and I've been trying to take pictures of like my body and stuff. I can't show them because half the time I didn't have no clothes on, But let me. Hey, we're not talking about my hair. So I want to tell y'all. Let me give y'all a whole little rundown of everything. So last night I had went live, right? And I was talking to y'all. And I realized like it was something inside of me that just started like it was something inside of me that was like ignited. Do that make sense? So just hear me out, y'all. I just want y'all to just hear me out. It was something inside of me that ignited, like, you know what I'm saying? And when I say ignited, I'm not talking about, this stuff. I'm talking about something like inside of me that was just like, that just made me kind of like realize my worth. And I'm not speaking on my relationship. I'm talking about when I was talking about the business aspect, and I was just talking about all the people, all the things that had came from me and my family, God, you know what I'm saying, that was supposed to have us broken down, you know what I'm saying? Like all the stuff that was supposed to break us down completely, like didn't break us. And I know I said that yesterday, but I was like, it just made me go like, what? And I was looking, and my mom had did the numbers before, and it was like I was like 7 million, but then I kept going, and I was like, no, this person had had 1 million on just YouTube and 1 million on Instagram. It's like I kept adding up, and I said, wait a minute, and including your own people. I was like, it was honestly like it had to be a good combination of almost like it had to be more than 15 million. You got to think of everybody subscribed, everybody from Instagram, just for one couple. Look at one couple and just all the people that was supposed to come and just attacked, like, you know what I'm saying? And we were supposed to be broken down, like we wasn't supposed. And I thought about that last night, and I was just like, oh my gosh, thank you guys so much for giving me this peace that I can have, you know what I'm saying, that I'm not lying trying to make it seem like something because I don't want drama. I can say that I forgive, and you know what I'm saying, I didn't forget, but I forgive because like I said, God works in, he has his ways of how everything works out. So that's in my heart, and I'm just sitting there, and it wasn't anger, it was like a oh wow, like I didn't notice I didn't pay attention to the guy that I was serving at that time, but now I see, and now I'm able to see where he carried us, even though it didn't look like, or it was like, a guy, why us? Like, we didn't do nothing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it was like we didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. Like, I was nice. I did this. I did that. Or look what I did there. I did this and all this other stuff that was supposed to just make everything. We was confused. Like, you know, it was like I didn't do nothing. Like, and she didn't do nothing. It was all this stuff that was just like, I'm talking to y'all and I'm just like, I thought about it and I slept on it and, you know, I prayed and everything. But my whole thing was, it's like something in me was just like, it's some change that has to happen, you know, like some change has to happen. And so I wake up this morning and I say my prayer and I'm praying and I'm just kind of like, something, I just can't figure out, like, something is in me, like something is, you know what I'm saying? Something is in me and I'm just sitting here and it's not anger, y'all. It's like one of those, like, those purpose. Did that make sense? Like I don't know how to explain it, like, sorry, like a scene in a movie where you just had that one hit and everything flashed before your eyes, all the stuff that you've been through, all the stuff, like, why you can't give up, and it just make you get up and just bam, punch back. That's what I had last night, because I'm like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I could see God looking at me like, are you really giving up? You really gonna stop? And I brought you through all this? Okay. You don't see what I did for you? You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? You don't see that? You know, it was, you know. So I go on my walk and I'm talking to Nayla and I'm telling her, and I'm like telling her my ideas and stuff, and I'm telling her how I felt. I was like, yeah, I was talking about this and that, and I'm like, I'm telling them about, like, I'm like, yeah, this girl, you know, and I was like, you know what that made me think of? And I said, it made me think about the stuff that people don't know that's on social media, off saying about the conversation that I know my mom has with certain people. And I was just listening and I was looking at myself like, and I was able to tell y'all and tell everybody else, but didn't see myself, that if everybody in the world is willing to pay all this money to get my mom and all these people back in their life, then how can I not see the purpose, you know? And one thing is, if she's saying, like, no, I would never go back in there, I don't care how much money you offering me, I don't care how sorry you say, that's not something that I want to get back into. One person that's not leaving me, that always had my back, is my mom. You feel me? And so it's like something just kind of washed over me, where I was just like, God, like, come on, like, I'm being my own enemy. I'm looking in the mirror every day like, you got this, but I'm not doing the stuff that I need to do. So we do our workout. Once we do our workout, you know, I've been listening to the Sarah Jakes girl, right? And I click on this video, and the first video we watch, it seemed like she'd be talking right to me. It'd be like, you ever go to church, you're going through something, it's like, yo. So I click on the video, which is applying pressure, right? And so I'm listening to it, and I took notes and everything because I wanted to really share it with y'all, like, you know, genuinely. And it was about applying pressure, and like always to count on God, you know, like always to count on God. And it goes back to what I've been saying, like, how do you lose by giving everything that you are to the person that gave, you know what I'm saying, who made you, who has, you know what I'm saying, who has favor over your life, who continues to wake you up every day, give you the option to, you know, text or whatever you do every day, to breathe, to look at your family, your mom, your sister, and anything, and be able to look them in the face, say I love you, or have a piece of you know, have a peace wash over you even when they call it home. You know what I'm saying? How can you not, you know? And I don't know how to explain it. So it was about how, you know, it's time to break the covenant, and God will have it, like, if you can't break the covenant, he'll have the covenant, he'll break it for you, you know? And so it was like you couldn't walk away. You couldn't leave that job. You couldn't leave that relationship. You couldn't leave that friendship. You couldn't leave. And so God made it leave. You know what I'm saying? God had it walk away from you. You see what I'm saying? So God had to walk away from you, and it's all about trusting God's timing. You know? Y'all feeling me? You feeling me now? Y'all feeling me? Okay. And I'm reading my notes and stuff that I picked up from it. And it was living as less than what God calls you to be. And so the covenant was pretty much saying, like, he broke all this stuff because you was getting comfortable, and he had a bigger purpose for you. You were settling for something less than what he had planned for you. You see what I'm saying? So he had to break all of that. Like, when you can't do it because you feel like you got these ties to it, he'll do it for you. He'll take that away from you. He'll have that friend leave you where she don't text or call you back. He'll have that relationship leave you where they leave and don't call you back, or they do something that's just like, he'll have it leave you. Because it's like you sitting here and you looking at everything, and it's like why are you settling? Like, yeah, no, you don't settle. Don't be comfortable in that. That's not it. I have something greater for you. I have something completely greater for you. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm listening to her and I'm like, and it's like she's speaking to me and I'm like, and it was just saying, get ready, because God's breaking the covenant that you have to whatever you have ties to. He's breaking it. Anything that you have ties to, God is breaking it. And you can't get to what you need without breaking the covenant of what you want. So you may want, oh, I want a fancy car. I want a big YouTube channel. I want friends. But but God knows what you need. God literally knows what you need. Like, and I'm just sitting here, y'all, and I'm sorry if my words seem jumbled and it's not coming out clear to y'all. But I'm listening to this lady and I'm just like, wow, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's always been, with your wants and your needs and stuff like that, but that's not the purpose. That's not what he has planned for you. That's not what God has planned for you. So, but if you walking with God and you following in his footsteps, you living and learning the word, speaking the word, you know what I'm saying? You always going to be protected. Right? So, God has said, apply pressure. Apply pressure because I know what's in you. I know what's in you. I know what you're calling for. I know why I brought you to this exact spot. I know why I had everybody in the world seem like they was against you, for you to feel what you felt, for you to get to where you at right now. You had to lose the fake friends. You had to lose the fake support. You know what I'm saying? You had to lose all of that for you to get here. For you to get here. For you to see what I had planned for you all this time. From your ideas, all of that. And I'm like, and what it says, I gotta write it, I gotta do it, apply pressure. So if God applies pressure to you into your life, then you gotta apply that same pressure. Stop being lazy. Stop, you know what I'm saying? Do it. I gotta apply pressure. I gotta write the song. You know what I'm saying? I gotta finish this. I gotta go do it. I gotta do this. I have to keep moving. You have to keep going. How can, you know what I'm saying? How can I expect, you know what I'm saying? How can I expect God to do the things that he's supposed to do? Apply pressure, and he looking at me and I'm taking a nap. He looking at me and I'm just like, I'm waiting for it to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm waiting for it to make sense. I'm waiting for it to know, besides applying pressure. God applied pressure with Moses. He applied pressure to the water to move out the way. He applied pressure to keep it up, so that way they can get through to the other side of what God had planned for them. So if I'm over here and my destination is over there, God applied pressure to push the water out the way for me to walk through. Right? So if God applying pressure and I'm applying pressure, you're going to see the results and more. Inside out, all of that. It's not just listening to the word like, oh, I'm listening to a gospel. This is my soundtrack. That's what she said. This is my soundtrack versus I'm worshiping him. I'm giving this to him. You know what I'm saying? That for that degree, for that job, for that promotion, apply pressure. Like, it's all about applying the pressure that God is applying to you. So I was, you know what I'm saying? I was just feeling it, you know? And it was, she had said, like, what happened to her? People gonna be like, what happened to her? Like, wow, what happened to her? It's gonna be completely different. It's not gonna be, whoa, like, oh my God. It's gonna be, what happened to her? Like, you know? And God will hold your enemy back for you just so he can bring out what's good in you. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm like, y'all, I got notes. And it's like, the video not even, I just was sitting there and I'm telling y'all, normally I'm listening and I take certain stuff. And like, I've been trying to get better with my note taking and stuff. But he's so amazing. It just make you, it's like I wrote down, I got from it to step out of being overlooked. You know, step out of being overlooked and step into your identity with the covenant of God. So like overthinking or like demanding, when you are walking in the covenant of God, you're going to get a boldness and a strength in you that you didn't even know that you had. You're going to be able to look your enemy in the face and go, yeah, you're not going to care about social media. You're going to be able to step front and face to face with your enemy and look it dead in the eye and like, no weapon shall be, no weapon shall form against me shall prosper. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. You're not going to be able to, nothing. The weapons are going to be formed, duh. That's what, the weapons are going to be formed, but they're not going to prosper. You feel me? Y'all feeling me? Like, hear me out. But she also said that the world has been destabilized. And this is what, God had intended. Like, the world has been destabilized and it must be rebuilt. So let's just use what's going on right now. The world had to be destabilized for what's to be, but anything that's destabilized, anything that's broken, you know what I'm saying? Anything that's taken away has to be rebuilt. It will be rebuilt. And if it's being rebuilt, you have to apply the pressure. You feel me? So, it was just, ooh. And it said, like, only those who have an ear to build will be brought into the new world. Which is, during this time, it's not about, I'm off work. It's about, this may be the time that God is saying, all right, you had an excuse of working. Go ahead and start that company you wanted to start. Go ahead and, do that video that you said you was going to do. Go ahead and, go ahead and apply that pressure. The world is destabilized. You work, we both applying pressure. You only going to get victories. You only going to catch a W. You see what I'm saying? That's all you going to get. You only going to win. You have to listen. Like, you gotta believe. You can't say you believe or but then not following through. Okay? Hear me out. It's time for them to move, even though the bread wasn't ready. So it was talking about how the Israelites, when it was time for them to leave, they were making bread, and the bread wasn't ready. Like, the bread was not ready, and the bread wasn't ready, and like, it was saying that you have a opportunity to sit there and you can wait for the bread to bake, or you can leave, because God has this window for you. God has this entire window for you that it's time for you. He's telling you, don't miss out on this window. Don't miss out on this time. Don't sit down during this quarantine and not come out of here better than what you were before. If it's mentally, spiritually, all of that. Applying pressure. Like, you have to apply pressure in all aspects of your life. And so it was saying that don't leave the bread behind, but take it with you, because God is going to give you the strength, the courage, and the knowledge to understand that you can eat as you go. That what you have is enough, that I got you. You feel me? I got you. So you got to keep applying the pressure to yourself. So, y'all, when I say I felt like she was just talking to me, and it's time to move. start anyway. It's not too late. And I tell y'all this all the time. It's not too late. You don't got to wait until coronavirus over and then I'm going to start my company. Nobody's going to buy it right now. What? Nobody gonna. Why are you doubting yourself? Why are you doubting who the God that you serve? Why are you doing that? You know, like that don't really make sense. So I'm not sure what y'all talking about, but that don't really make sense. It's like just do it. Just do it. Apply the pressure that you need in your life. Like, make that change that you need. Take that step that you know you need to take. You get rewarded for the work you put in. Exactly. It's not, oh, believe in God and everything's going to be a breeze. No, you got to still work. You got to keep going. You have to still take the walk. It's, you know, it might take 40 years. It may take 40 years. But you have to keep going. You have to apply the pressure in everything that you have going on in your life. But back to the bread, don't leave it behind, take it with you. And this is the part that I really like. So in the story of Moses, I had told y'all that the walking in the covenant of God and just believing in him, that they end up getting this boldness and this confidence in them, that they were able to go to the Egyptians and ask them for they stuff, they silver, they gold, they clothing, and they gave it to them. But they was able to ask these people who they had no business asking, but God said, and you know, as you're leaving, ask them for, you know, because that's God's, that's my, you know what I'm saying? That's yours. These are for my children. This is what I have planned for you. That's your stuff. Go ask them for it. And they did. They went to them. They went. It was like, and it wasn't oh my God, what if no, it was, we need the silver, the gold, the clothes. And they didn't have to steal. They didn't have to be sneaky. They didn't have to lie. They just asked. They listened to God and they asked. They were obedient and they asked and they received and they went on their way. Left them with, you know what I'm saying? Do y'all feel me? So it's like you don't, you know, it's lonely at the top, or, you know, any means necessary. Everybody that's at the top, you ever hear stories like, you had to do what? Now, it's a difference between defeating enemies and it's a difference between just doing anything you can to get the wealth of the world. It's a completely different thing. So God will have you go against enemies like, oh, they lost, you know what I'm saying? Because God's trying to teach them their own little lesson. That you thought you was on top of the world, but I took all that away from you. This is your season to apply pressure. This is your season to keep pushing. This is your season to keep going. You know? This is your season. This is your time. This is your time to look anything that's in the way and say, yeah, no, that's what I'm working for. That's what God told me that I'm getting, and that's what I'm going. God told me that I'm supposed to speak to girls. God said that this platform was not for challenges. You know what I'm saying? God said that those friends were not supposed to be on the journey to the next level with you. You know? Do that make sense? Like, everybody didn't get on that boat with Moses. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Everybody didn't live in the I can't think of the name. I just watched it too. Everybody can't leave the city of sin. You see what I'm saying? That's not, you feel me? Like, don't look at what they got like, oh my God. No, don't look at what they got. Look at what I'm getting you ready for. I'm preparing your appetite for what I have planned for you. Do that make sense? I'm preparing you for what I have planned for you. You had to go through all of that to get to this point right now. So now you know. Now it's not it's only gonna last for a little bit. When I say this has been the most consistent I've ever been in anything. Like, and when I say anything, I mean internally. So right when things start going good, you get happy, like, okay, well, now it's time to make sure I look good all the time. I'm finna be versus like a, yeah, no. You know what I'm saying? I know that I've been called here for a bigger purpose. That's why I don't get discouraged, like, about, like I said, numbers and all that other stuff, because that stuff don't go with me. And God know my heart, and God has a plan for me that's beyond, that's way bigger than YouTube. Way bigger than YouTube. It's way bigger than YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's time for that growth, to take that change, to keep moving. It's no time to look back. It's no time to keep holding on to something that's not supposed to be there. It's not time for that. You needed that friendship to show you this. You know what I'm saying? You needed to lose all, you needed all them people to turn against you, to realize, like, okay, I needed to show you who your enemies were. I needed to show you who was holding you back. I needed to show you, you know what I'm saying? I needed to show you this. I needed you to go through this process. It's time to apply the pressure to everything in your life. God doesn't give you blessings to block them. He gives you them to prosper them and take them further than what they are. Anything that you may think or anything that you may see, God has a plan beyond, way bigger and greater than that. No matter what you can imagine, I can see myself just speaking to, like, some girls, and we have, like, little moments, and we do this and da. And God looking like, God, no, you're gonna be speaking in stadiums. You're gonna change lives of little girls. You're gonna create a whole movement that keeps going even when your time on the earth is gone. That girls that are in the same position as me, single, moms. I was a single mom for a minute. Single moms, chocolate girls, vanilla, whatever color you is, bullying, that you're gonna overcome everything. I moved so much when I was younger, y'all. I'm like, oh my God, I wish I had, like, a kindergarten friend. And, like, I went through school trying to make friends, trying to get cool people, like, and over the process, it's like I felt like I was losing a part of myself. I'm in school, hang out with this girl. She's not really nice, and I feel like she used, you know what I'm saying? And I always felt like I didn't have that. And then I thought, like, God gave me these sisters for a reason. God gave me this platform for a reason. Now, like, how I was able to talk to y'all, now I have my friends. Like, y'all are, now I have my friends. Now I have my family. And now I'm able to see and feel my purpose. Every day it gets better and better. Like, every day God sheds something off of my heart that makes me, you know what I'm saying? That's changing me every day. And not being shameful to show people my process. Not being shameful to show, you know what I'm saying, break down and tell people, like, oh my gosh, God is so amazing. I'm in the house like, oh my God, thank you, God, after my workout. Because I can bend down and get back up 35 times, 25 times, and keep going. And God is still making sure that I'm good. God woke me up this morning. I was able to hear my baby voice. God, you know what I'm saying? God is still applying pressure to my life. You feel me? Like, it really make you just sit back and look at everything. Being the overlook, being the underdog. Sitting there and watching, like. Because everything that you want, everything that I touch, everything that I do will be a victory. Everything. You feel me? I don't know what y'all talking about. I'm gonna leave y'all alone. I'm gonna put y'all on punishment because y'all acting out right now. This was the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteousness. And that was going back to them asking for the gold. And the gold and silver and clothing. Because all this time they, and of course applied to the aspects of life now. But all this time you got the gold, you got everything, you got all this stuff, right? You got all this stuff, you pop in, boom, and you got those that you look in. That's why it's always important to treat people how you want to be treated, because you never know whose season it is. This may be your season, but through your season, God was preparing me for my season. stop, no more moving in fear, or this may not go. This is the time to apply pressure to the creativity, to the ideas. I'm sitting here just spitting out business ideas, but I'm not doing the work that follow through. Then I'm like, well, what if, you know what I'm saying? Well, coronavirus going on right now. What if nobody come? Or like, I don't think nobody would. And then I'm listening. I'm just like, how could, you know, it's like, it just make you look at everything like, if this is my purpose, this is what I've been called, this is what I've been called to do. This is what I've been blessed to do. This is where I'm at. God did not take anything away for no reason. God had me go through all that because, like I said, the next phase that I'm going, the next step, the new dimension that I'm going into, they don't need to come. They're not supposed to come. You know what I'm saying? It's like the easy route is, you know, go to Houston, get back with the gang, and, you know, run up these videos, boom, 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 bam. And, you know what I'm saying? Maybe even, you know, everybody want to know about, you know, me and Trey. Maybe we can maybe me and him can, like, figure something out where, like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe we can make these videos and tell people what's going on. Maybe we can do this. Maybe we can do that. And then I'm like, no, that's not the route. I don't have to go to Houston to get my views or to become the next, you know, to be successful. I don't have to do that. I don't have to sit here and go, I don't have to lie, fake, steal, finesse. I don't have to do any of that, and because God has a bigger purpose for me. You know? Y'all feeling me? Do y'all feel me? Or do you know what I'm saying? Ooh. Do y'all feel me or do y'all feel me? Y'all feel me or y'all feel me? And it's like and it'll show you how people don't really know. A girl messaged me like, you know, you look so much happier in Houston and that. And I thought about it because even when I had, like, I talked out with myself, like, well, maybe Houston was, like, I like the houses, and, like, when I was there, I was working. But what's stopping me from working when I'm here? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's stopping me from working when I'm here? And I wasn't happy in Houston. When I was in Houston, it was a full-time job. It was, okay, if I'm hanging out with this person, she feels some type of way. And, okay, and she's telling this person, okay, now they don't want to do the video. They don't want to do this. Now we're not doing nothing. Now we're just in the house and it's drama. He say, she say. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, you know what I'm saying, maybe Aries still insecure about, like, Trey, da, da, da. Like, you don't know me. I haven't seen you. You don't know me. Like, what? You know? Like, and it made me look like people don't see what's going on. I wasn't happy. It was a full-time job. It was a full-time job. Don't say this because they're gonna feel some type of way. When they feel some type of way, they're not gonna want to work with you. And if they don't want to work with you, then, you know, it's gonna throw off the whole dynamics of the house. So just be nice, hold your tongue. Don't hurt that person's feelings, even though everything that comes out this person's mouth is to hurt me. Everything that comes off is about, you know, me. Oh yeah, that dude not gonna like you. He must not know you have a kid. You don't know me. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the stuff that was said to me, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know, jokes about my skin color, like, you don't know me. And I'm not angry at you. I hope God, you know, washes over you, but God has a way that your daughter may be dark skinned next. You can't control genetics this. You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. I can be pushing out a girl with blonde hair and blue eyes. That's my child. But you don't know. Okay, and she gonna walk in that world, and now what? Okay, exactly. Like, come on now, like, what? It just made me think, like, it was so much. It was, I couldn't sit down and have conversations because I was worried, like, yeah, what if y'all make another video, or what if we fall out? Like, I don't really want my business out there. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be around that 24/7. It's a good little balance. Talk, hey, I see you. Because my thing is, anybody who want to see me, and I tell them this all the time, like, I live in this state, and if you want to come see me, you can come see me. I live in this state. Come visit me. Why do I have to come to you? Why can't you come to me? Well, you know, why? Oh, well, the lighting and, you know, maybe the houses, or maybe, no. Let's get some lights. You can come over here. But I'm supposed to come to you? You know, like, oh, you know, we may be the biggest channel. And when I'm speaking, y'all, I don't want y'all to think that I'm I'm speaking of experience. I'm speaking in general. I'm giving y'all examples of aspects that I want y'all to think about in y'all life. You know? you know what I'm saying? Like, that's not how things work. Like, that's not that's not what I need to be around. Like, I want to be able where I can sit in a group and I can have a conversation and I not have to worry about, oh, you know what I'm saying? Because it was experiences. Recently, it was a whole, like, I was with some other people, whatever, out here, and we having a good conversation. You know what I'm saying? Me and a girl, I'm like, yeah, girl, I want to do this, I want to that. She's like, oh my God, me too. And we see another girl. You know, I never want nobody to feel left out because I know how it is. So we talking to her, and I get up and I go do something. And when I go do something, I come back and the girl, she goes, so it's 3 girls. So you got girl 1, me and girl 1 are talking, and then girl 2 comes. So, you know, we include girl 2, tell her what we're talking about. I don't want you to feel left out, Oh, yeah, oh, you know, she's not up for the idea. She's like, I don't really know, Okay, bet. So girl 3, I'm girl 2. Girl 3, when I come back, girl 3 leaves, go do her thing, and I'm talking girl 1 again. Girl 1 goes, girl, you would never guess what girl 3 said the moment you walked away. And I said, oh, for real, what? And she told me, and I said, wow. I said, I wonder how she got that from. I said, that fast? I said, wow, why was she? And I looked at this person because I was thankful for you to tell me, but I also had to remember who this person was. And I said, well, I'm not going to act funny towards her because it don't really matter. I said, but I think that's real interesting. And then I was like, in my head, I said, I think it's real interesting how she was comfortable enough to tell you that, you know? And I had to think about this person too, like, I've been watching you and I know kind of how you operate. You know, I said, wow. I said, dang, like, y'all, you don't even, you know, it make you start looking at stuff. And I didn't act different throughout any of it. I just looked and I was like, oh, okay. And I just moved on. Cause I know how I feel. You know what I'm saying? It makes you start looking at stuff different. And I'm looking at situations now like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like I shouldn't be scared to have text conversations with somebody in fear that you gon', you know? And even like with my relationship, that's one thing that I appreciate about Trey is that not one time, y'all, from my long paragraphs to my spasm moments to my, you know what I'm saying, my pull-up moments, not one time have he went out and exposed me. You know what I'm saying? Have we both did something that may have embarrassed the other one publicly, privately? Sure, whatever. But has he ever took something that I felt that was, you know what I'm saying, that was between us or something, you know what I'm saying, and exposed me? You know? God just been telling me, like, I had you around all those people so you knew what you didn't deserve. So now you know. Now you know what you deserve. Now I'm finna show you what genuine friends do. I'm finna show you how all this stuff works. But you gotta apply the pressure too. You gotta apply the pressure to the friendship. I'm gonna make sure, but you gotta still. You want to see her? They want to see you? Go see them. They gonna come see you too. Sit down. Let's make a. You got these long distance relationships. Well, how do they make it work? When they want to see each other, they make it work. When they want to talk, they gonna make it work. If you want that, you gonna make it work. Hello, am I speaking or am I speaking? That's what's gonna happen. And being scared and just having this fear in you that you can't do the things that you want to do, or having this doubt, well, you know, it's too many of this, it's too many of that. Like I said with the hairstylist thing, it's too many hairstylists, it's too many of this. Well, who are you to tell me how many? It's too much of something. Come on, like, no, I'm not, no. And and also in my notes, it was about how everything you do is so, when you are walking with God, you can only go up and up and up and up. Glory, glory, glory. Faith without work is dead. Exactly. So, come on now. You need God in everything. Exactly. I'm just saying, like, I want y'all to look at y'all friendships. Stop looking at, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to use my own life out. When I was pregnant, I thought it was in the world. I lost friends. You know what I'm saying? Girls who was in my face and talking about, I want to be God, mommy this, I want to be. Come in.
You hungry?
Yeah, what you finna make?
Whatever you want.
Some bacon. Turkey bacon. Mm-hmm.
That's it?
What else is there to eat?
I don't know. I'm just saying that's it.
I eat some turkey bacon and a pancake.
Just one singular pancake?
A good sized pancake.
Okay. Alright.
And we got fruit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where was I at? Oh man. Where was I at, y'all? Oh, the guy is saying, don't stop holding on to all that stuff. When I was pregnant, I had girls who was in my face like, oh, I'm gonna be God, mommy this, God, mommy that, right? And literally was going to my son, my son's father, and telling him and talking bad about me. And one thing that I respected about him is that he came to me and he said, I know things aren't right with us. This is back in the day. He like, I know things aren't right with us, and everything's been confusing, but I want you to know that the people that's around you, what I'm saying, they not your friends. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, we was all, they came over, we was smoking, what I'm saying, like, yada, 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 and they were just, what I'm saying, like, talking about you. And he was telling me stuff that only they had experienced with me. He was like, when you took the pregnancy test, like, was it at her house? And I'm like, oh, yeah. And he like, he just telling me, and I said, huh. I'm like, okay. He Daniel's dad, he had a first love, and she had moved back to the school, and he was torn between me and her. Do you pick your history or you pick this new girl? And even though the new girl is having the baby, he picked, he picked her, right? And they was together for a little minute, he, stopped talking to me, just acting real weird, funny or whatever. And she ended up leaving him for another girl. Like, she left and went complete to a girl. They've been together, and then she ended up having, like, years later, a baby, everything. And then I don't know what happened to him until recently. But you see what I'm saying? It's like I had lost so much stuff, and I thought it was the end, y'all. I thought it was the end. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm having a baby senior year. Like, this wasn't my plan. This wasn't what I needed. But if that didn't happen, I was finna go to school with these girls. I was finna be their roommate. I was finna go in the same similar fields as them, because I was like, oh yeah, I don't like that, the nursing stuff, but I'm gonna do this. And we applied to the same school, got accepted. We was finna do roommates, right? And then as time kept going, I'm listening, and they like, oh yeah, we can get this one room that take 3 people, but it's 4 of us. So I'm like, okay, all right. And I'm listening. But then, look at how life turned out. I ended up going to Michigan. My mom was like, you gotta get out of Fort Wayne or you're gonna be stuck here. I ended up getting out of Michigan. I got out of Michigan, and I ended up being my best friend. You know what I'm saying? And then look at how my whole life turned. Literally, it was like, I was not supposed to make it. It was girls talking about me when I walked by school, like, oh, she do look pregnant. It was like, it was horrible. I didn't want to go to school no more. You know what I'm saying? I was dreading. I'm like, oh yeah, my stomach hurt. I don't think I should go. Because I'm like, it seemed like everybody was against me. It seemed like, everybody only wanted to touch your stomach and take pictures just so they can claim to be the God mom in school. But nobody was really my friend. And then God works in mysterious ways, because this is one thing, like, despite anything that happened with me and Bianca, or just with everything, one thing that I will always respect and love about her, even though, like, we barely talk or whatever, she went to my doctor's appointments with me when nobody else would go. Oh my God. My mom was there, but, my mom owned her business. She couldn't go to every last one. And, like, pregnancies, like, you got appointments that's not important, is important, but Bianca went to my appointments with me, and she was there, and she would text me, she would call me, and she was really there for me. And that was a big part, So, it's like Like, who would know that me and Bianca relationship just during that time, because, you know, she ended up being pregnant, and, you know, how her pregnancy was, and we checked on each other. We just had, like, this understanding, like, all right, like, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for having my back. You know what I'm saying? It was like and then who would know that she would be the person that, like, her and her dude and my mom had met each other and had conversations before, and everything was connected. Like, who would know that? Who would know, like, that though, you know what I'm saying? Who would see that after that, and then our whole entire life changed? You see what I'm saying? So all I'm saying to y'all is that you may feel like you at a point, and it may go on for some time, because it was like, I found out I was pregnant 4 months. I found out, because I found out the gender maybe 2.5 weeks after, and I was down, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I thought everything, you know, in school, I'm looking at everybody, they could stay home, and I'm coming home every weekend to see my baby. I'm in class, and I got I got cabbage in my boobs. You know what I'm saying? I'm walking around smelling like spoiled milk. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I smell like spoiled milk is, you know, anybody that's pregnant or know anybody, when you're trying to stop the milk from producing, you got to stop it, you know, and it hurts. Like, you want to milk it so bad, but if you do, it's only going to produce more, because the more you milk out, the more it's going to make. So my boobs is hurting. I'm in class. I'm like, they leaking through, because, you know what I'm saying? Y'all young. Some of y'all young. Y'all don't know how pregnancy is, but it's leaking through. I'm like, I'm in college, like, it's like a sharp pain, like, because you want to just, squeeze it out. Oh, my gosh. Like, you know, I got my milk duds all hard. You could touch my boob, and it's, like, as hard as a rod. You know what I'm saying? And I'm feeling like, it was, you know what I'm saying? I was going through it. I didn't have no friends until I had met Kendra. It was still some time. I was just going to class, back to my room. It seemed like, you know, I'm just like, well, I'm only here to just go to school. Like, I just need to get this together. You know, and my roommate, me and her didn't really have nothing in common. She was smoking cigarettes. Like, we just didn't have nothing in common. I'm just like, and I'm coming home like, how's school? It's good. Financial aid. One day everything's together. Next thing you know, you owe $6,000. What? It's like, it just seemed like everything was, and at this time, I still have a baby. My family is still in Indiana, and we still not talking to the family. You know what I'm saying? So then you got that on top of you, like, and then I'm still new at this. It's like I'm looking at him, and I feel guilty. I'm like, oh my God, I don't even know what to do. Like, you know, and then you want to ask for help. My family is stepping in, but I'm like, no, this is my responsibility. I'm trying to do everything by myself. And I'm thinking it's all over. And who would have knew that being the underdog for so long, you know, I was my mom's assistant. You know, if you watch certain videos, you'd be like, I was in some of the videos, but I wasn't. I was behind the scenes, you know. Look at the stuff that I was wearing. Like, the first reality house that my mom did in Atlanta, we literally, what was it? Before we went, and like I was able to go. When I say like, my mom literally took me to Walmart, and we went shopping in Walmart for all the outfits. If you look at all I was wearing like workout outfits, you know. And I'm around these girls, and they kind of clicking up. It's like, if you look back, they kind of clicking up, and I'm like, you know, and I'm like, me and Bianca, you know, like, this is my friend, but, you know, of course, at that time, they was in a different place. So she, like, you know, you see her and Queen and all of them, and I'm just like, you know. But when everybody had an attitude, or my breath do stink. When everybody was when everybody was around her, and everybody was, you know, like, attitudes and drama happened, I remember still going to my friend, even though I felt like he was acting kind of funny when these other people came around, and I was still there. Like, you know, I just feel like it was a minute before things started looking up. And then I started doing videos with my mom, and we had the house, and then the group came. And then even when the group came, I'm tainted from the other groups, and I'm like, yeah, I don't want no friends in here. I feel like they're gonna play it. Like, I'm telling my mom this, like, yeah, nah, you know. And my mom like, no. And I said, Mom, I'm telling you. And I'm pointing out, I'm breaking down the line. I'm going down, you know. And that's why a lot of times people didn't like me, because I could see this stuff, you know. Oh. I thought they was talking about me. I'm sitting here like, hey. You know? So, it's like God is so amazing, y'all. When I say God is so amazing, I thought I was lost. I thought I lost everything. I went through a whole season. When the one girls came to the house, and they was just so hype, and they had all these energy. They had this confidence with them. And despite what people may say, they some smart girls. I'll give them that. They some smart girls. They strategic. They come in with a plan. They deliver. They dominate. They do what they supposed to do. It's either you going to be offended, like, okay, they doing too much, or you going to be like, yeah, calm that down. You see what I'm saying? And I remember when I was trying to learn my makeup, and I think one of the girls had did my makeup or whatever. We had went to the shelter to do this charity work or whatever. And when I seen them, like, you know, it's supposed to help me do my makeup, and one of the girls was like, you did your eyebrows? And I was just sitting in the backseat like, and I remember looking at Trey, and he like, don't worry about that, it's whatever. And we got off the thing, and I'm just like, well, dang, what I do to that? I'm like, I don't even talk to them. Like, if you didn't like my eyebrows, you should have just turned around. I'm learning. And y'all seen how my eyebrows was. Y'all seen them. It was crazy. They was nonsense. But you know what I'm saying? But it was like I started looking, I'm like, but it was like, no matter where we went, you know, it was like, even like having the small numbers, it was like, you know, people, not them, it was just everybody. It was like, you know, people will pay this much money to even be in the house with us right now. Y'all not even showing us that y'all really want this, that y'all really want to work. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. But at the same time, y'all also don't be like when people come around y'all and ask y'all, for a collab. I'm not finna go to Chris and Queen, they just hit 1 million, we was at the other house, and be like, hey, you want to collab with me? I got 30,000. You know? It's because it's like if you in a meeting and you around your friends, and that's what I used to tell Trey and Armand and them, like, they used to be like, why you don't ask for videos? Like, why? And I said, I'm here with y'all, and I hear how y'all say, like, y'all hate when people just come and just try to, you know, take, you know? And I'm like, I don't want y'all to look at me like that person. I didn't have no money, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here at your house, like, I thank y'all, you know what I'm saying, I'll pay this much, you know. And I remember even asking, like, you know, can I move in? It was like, oh, you know, that's our guest room, da da da. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's cool. Or like, hey, we got some girls coming over, you know, we kind of just want to enjoy our house. And like, and I remember like, oh yeah, I get it, you know, my feelings was hurt. And like, I took my stuff and I left. And it was like, hey, when you coming back? And I was like, you know, and I came back for a little, but I always was like cautious. I couldn't wait till my mom finally had got a house, because we was staying in a hotel, you know. And I'm like, you know, and that's what it just, when I say like, I remember, you know. It used to seem like okay, all the bad, you know, it used to seem like, let's do the crazy ones on her. You know what I'm saying? Or it was just, you know, it just didn't seem, it was just like, it just didn't seem fair. It was just like you know, and for me at that time, I would just sit back, and all I kept thinking was, God, like, I know that one day that all this gonna make sense. You know what I'm saying? You know? All this gonna make sense. All this gonna make sense. Like, I'm just, you know, I'm just like, people now, they should be showing videos like, oh my God, Airi, you was, and I'm like, nope, it's all good, because look at how God worked out, you know. Like, look at what God did, you know. God put me around a group that may not have been the best group, but they treated me better. And it took them a while to kind of let me in, you know what I'm saying. It was like, where we gonna add her name? We the, you know, crazy cop gang, you know. And it was like you know, and then next you know, it was, I'm a part of it, you know. It was like you feel me? You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's like from the outside looking in, people might be like, oh, you know, you was weak, you just and it was like, for me, I knew my heart, and I was like, I was still kind, I still did what I was supposed to do, because I knew that God was going to watch over me later, and he did. Like, think about how fast the tap house and all these people was growing. And videos that I did with them, I didn't gain like how they was gaining at all. You know what I'm saying? I didn't gain how they was gaining at all. And then even the fact that like, you know, when we even had the house, you know, my mom was on the phone with Chris and he like, can train our mind, you know what I'm saying? These my bros, you know, I want them to come with. My mom like, train our mind. And I'm sitting at the table like, Mom, what? What's that? Train our mind. Yeah. Mom, yes. And she like, Airi over here freaking out, so yes, they can come. You know what I'm saying? Who would have known? You know what I'm saying? Who would have known? Who would have known? And to see how God, you know, like, who would have known? It was just God really had favor. And then like it was definitely a big eye opener, you know. And even though Just Quays Cloud Gang, you know, we had our flaws and stuff like that, like, they still treated me as if we was one. And I'm not saying that they was just the worst people ever. They probably had their own things that they was dealing with that just end up coming out the way that things came out, you know. But it's like I just like when I look back and I'm like, dang, I really was there. Wow. And it's like, it's so crazy even hearing people tell their stories, like, you know, like, okay. Oh, okay. You know, I just want y'all to know that you may be going through something and God is just preparing you for something better, you know, because I was able to come into the new group, and this time I was, you know what I'm saying, I didn't, you wasn't talking or doing anything to me. I wasn't going for that. I wasn't going. Like, that's why you got me, how me and Corey relationship. You're not finna just talk. I don't care. You're not finna just talk to me in type of way. I don't care. That's not what we finna do. Like, no. We used to have meetings like, do y'all want to move as a family or business? I used to be in meetings like business. I said, you know, because I'm like, and I'm telling my mom, I'm like, yeah, Mom, from the last group, let me tell you each person who they is. That's them, that's them, that's them, that's them, that's them. And I said, and it was like, and personalities and just stuff from off screen revealed that that's who these, and I said, and then I look back and I look at all the things people can say about me on videos, and what can you say? Dang. Airi was, you know what I'm saying? Airi held it down. Airi held it down, right? Airi held it down. You know, I don't really know nothing about Airi business. Yeah, because let's just enjoy ourselves. Like, you know, why we gotta talk about each other's business? You was able to trust in me and tell me your secrets, and to this day, I never repeat them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I be listening to what people say, like, even in videos where she could have, and she was about to, and if she didn't, but we didn't. You know what I'm saying? It's like nobody understood, like, how everything worked out. If you get played in a group before, and you come into a new group, and you tell them, like, it's so funny, my mom used to be like, I'm telling y'all, when y'all get your first $50,000 check, y'all gonna change. Man, never, bro. I stay solid. I'ma hold it down. First $50,000 check, you ain't did nothing for me. I did this by myself. I edited the video. And I'm sitting there and I said, I'm looking at my mom like, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling my mom, I used to tell her all the time in front of them. I used to be like, Mom, you got 8 kids. I said, stop adopting other people. I said, no. And it's so funny. And everybody like, you know, I looked at, you know, Janae as a mom. And I'm like, I wouldn't do this to my mama, but okay. You know what I'm saying? Everybody cool. It's whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's like I'm sitting there and I'm just like, and I be telling my mom, I'm like, we be our biggest enemies. Like, we so much better together, because she softens me up and I harden her up. And it's not on purpose, like, to make her to this mean person, but it's like if you can see something, Mom, pay attention to the signs. Why is this person in that person's face but coming to you to tell you something about them? Why? That don't make sense. They don't even know it. Mom, pay attention. You know? But she didn't want to listen to me. And I, you know, she said all the time, like, Airi, I should listen. I said, yeah, you should have. I told you. But my thing finna end. I'm finna start it over.